It's here. We've been waiting. The season begins. 272 regular season games. You have the Eagles versus the field in the NFC. We're going to do our predictions later.
Yeah.
But there's a vibe. There's a sense. They're not resting on their laurels. They're not satisfied. They're back down in the valley of 0-0 with everyone else. And they begin their effort tonight. And the whole Micah Parsons thing has overshadowed the reality that without Micah Parsons, there's a different Cowboys team, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. And yes, it's a division rival, and anything can happen against a division rival. And I won't be stunned if the Cowboys come in and win.
Right.
But if you have to pick one or the other, I mean, who's going to pick the Cowboys to win this game this night with this team?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I mean, full transparency, when we got to pick the games, of course I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are set up like we've talked about here. This is where it's a special night and a special year. Yeah, they have a chance to go to the third Super Bowl in 4 years, right? They're a team that is set up as far as the depth on their roster, the age of their guys, to where you look at it and go, wow, the Eagles and what Howie Roseman's doing and Nick Sirianni, they're sitting here in a spot where they could be one of the top teams in football for the next 4 or 5 years. There's no question about that. So, yes, them against the field in the NFC, I favor the Eagles. I do. You know that. And that's no disrespect to the Lions. I think the Lions, when totally healthy, like we thought they would be last year, are just a little bit underneath that. But I have questions about that whole coordinator thing, too. So I can't quite put them on the level of the Eagles right now. But, yes, I think the world of the Philadelphia Eagles and what they've built as a football team. Really, it's pretty rare that you can win the Super Bowl with the 29th ranked passing offense in football and your quarterback play pretty average the whole year and still win the Super Bowl. And then, of course, we saw the potential of how great they can be with how well he played at the end in the championship game in the Super Bowl. And you go, whoa, if he plays like that, and then they match it with the other stuff they did all year long, running the ball, defense, that. I look at the Eagles and just go, yeah, as you've heard me say a million times, I think it's one of the most well-built team we've seen this century, really.
Saquon Barkley made a tremendous difference, and I don't think he has that impact if he goes to any other team. If he stays with the Giants, he doesn't have that impact on the Giants. If he goes to the Lions, they would have split touches. He wouldn't have had that impact. Not that the Lions would have needed him, but that was one of the teams that the Giants were concerned when they were having those conversations that we got to see through Hard Knocks that he could end up there. Philly, it fell together perfectly. And I always hesitate to say so-and-so could get injured. We know guys are going to get injured. The reality is Saquon Barkley plays a position that is conducive to guys getting injured, and he's been injured in the past, and he stayed healthy all of last year, and past is no indicator of future performance. We saw what happened with Christian McCaffrey last year. Now, that was preseason. It didn't happen in week one, but that happens, and you can't just assume you're going to be wire-to-wire awesome Saquon Barkley. If he, for some reason, isn't available, that changes things.
It does.
For them.
It does. Now, they got some other good runners behind them, right? I don't think it's, they could survive it for a period of time, but they're special with Saquon Barkley. He took them to the offense into a level where you just went, man, it's kind of indefensible. What do we do? How do we stop it? This big offensive line that's as powerful as we've ever seen. They got a quarterback that runs. Oh, no, we got to worry about that. Wow, if we put people in the box and really go in on stopping the run, man, now we're one-on-one with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. That's where Saquon Barkley took this to a whole nother level. And, of course, I always love this saying, and this is what's great about the NFL and football altogether. Yeah, when you're around crap gets on you, and you start to smell like crap. And that's kind of with the situation he was in there with the New York Giants. He gets on a team here that can give him some space and support him a little bit, and all of a sudden – you've heard me say, it's like, oh, crap. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he one of the best we've ever seen? And that's what's so crazy about the sport of football. It's so great about Saquon Barkley that he gets to show everybody what he's really all about as a football player. And I hope the injury thing's in the past, just because, too, what we're talking about. Saquon's in the Giants, he had to force things to happen. It was always a mosh pit. There was never a hole. He was always getting hit right as soon as he got the ball. That doesn't happen as much here in Philadelphia, so hopefully that lends itself to him being healthy all the time.
Yeah, and that's the other reality. If you're not getting banged around like running backs normally do, it's true of any player. You reduce the amount of contact you experience, you reduce the opportunities to get yourself injured, and it worked out perfectly last year. And I never want to get you put the jinx, you put the Malocchio on a player by talking about it, but it's just one of the realities, and it's one of the things that has to fall together, and it fell together just right for the Eagles last year, and it could fall together for the Eagles again this year. It's one of the things they need to have happen, but they do have a deep roster. They have a great group. They have lost some guys in free agency, and we gloss over that because they have so many other great players.
Yeah, that's it.
But it is, they kept like Zach Bond, who was due to become a free agent, but they had
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, they traded away.
They traded him.
Right.
The two free agents they left.
Josh Sweat, they lost.
Josh Sweat was under consideration to be MVP of the Super Bowl.
Right.
He goes to Arizona. The guy who went to New England.
Milton Williams. Yep, I got you.
Milton Williams. I knew it was Williams.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was Monty Williams. Milton Williams.
Right.
He goes to New England where he's going to be a full-time player now. And it's
Right.
like you don't just flip the switch and go from part-time to full-time and everything works out. But they have that rotation where no one is so heavily relied on that they can't do without him. So one of them leaves, two of them leaves, we'll find another way. And we'll just keep coming at you with that. And they perfected that in 2017 when they won the Super Bowl. 8 guys that are constantly rotating in and wearing down the offensive line, which has the 5 starters and maybe a swing guy who comes in. By the time you get to the fourth quarter, those guys are gassed.
Yes, right. You got to have depth on the defensive line. In the NFL, with these quarterbacks we got right now, the passing league, the hurry-up offenses, all of that, if you think you're just going to play 5 or 6 D linemen and get through a game against Patrick Mahomes or some of these other great quarterbacks, no way. You're going to get worn out, chasing them around, tempo, all of that stuff. The Eagles have mastered the draft, all right? They've mastered team building, and because of that, they have incredible depth. And they can lose some people to free agency, and they replace them with guys that we go, whoa, this guy's pretty good. Oh, you lost Josh Sweat? Well, man, Jalix Hunt, we saw a little of him last year. He looks like he's the real deal. They believe in him. I believe in him if that's the case. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, yeah, you lose him. Okay, well, they got a Sidney Brown who was, going into his second year, who's a damn good player, or third year, I should say. And they had drafted a guy out of Texas in Makuba, Andrew Makuba, who's a hell of a player to where you go, okay, they lost Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but damn, they're still really damn good there, right? Oh, hey, Nakobe Dean's hurt. Oh, that's right. They got Jahad Campbell, their first-round pick out of Alabama to start for him, who's actually more talented than Nakobe Dean.
Rich or get rich.
Right.
That was his line. The night he was drafted, the rich or get rich.
And then, of course, they're the anti-Dallas Cowboys to where when they know their players are good, they go, let's sign them up right now. Instead of getting in a contract dispute where they can hold our feet to the fire for every last penny, and then we have to make the guy the highest paid person at that position. They've been great at going, oh, we like you. You're really good. You have another year on your contract. We'll pay you like a top 3 guy right now. And the guy's like, sure, I'll take it. And they sign him up. And then 2 years later, you go, well, that contract's like 7th at the position now. And that's why the Eagles are freaking awesome right now.
It really is amazing how they've mastered it. And in contrast with the Cowboys in the same division. And will the Cowboys ever learn? And, the thing with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I feel like they decided.
They wanted to go. Right.
Something was going on there.
Right.
And he had some comment like they didn't want a guy who would compete. I think he was a little bit too feisty with his teammates.
Sure.
There's a point where with your teammates it goes across a line and it's detrimental. Because if they thought he was a key piece of what they're trying to do, he'd still be a Philadelphia Eagle without question.
It totally felt like that. I agree with you as well. Like it was like, hey, we like him, but we got some other guys, and he wasn't the perfect fit for us, so let's move him. And now he's in Houston, and he's in another good spot. But, yeah, I don't think it's something we're going to look at tonight and go, oh, man, they're really missing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They just got too many good players.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.